What's going on, people? It's Emmanuel for Altenor Media. Now, I am fresh off attending the Season 5 premiere of Power at Radio City Music Hall in New York City. And I gotta tell y'all, it was an incredible experience. Now, the vibe out there was real crazy. There was so much people out there to come out and support the premiere. Fans were going crazy. All of the stars were there in attendance, including Rena, R.I.P. Rena. She was there also. Now, the event itself began with 50 doing a crazy performance of the intro of Big Rich Town. He had a young choir with him. That junk was crazy. I'm going to try to upload, some clips of that performance on the channel also, so make sure to subscribe to Altenor Media, for videos like that also. Anyway, now the episode itself, y'all in for something real special on Sunday. This episode was insane. So I'm gonna just go through a few of the thoughts that I was able to jot down about the episode and run them off. Well, here's the poster that they gave out at the premiere poster and all that. So anyway, let me put my glasses on for this so I can and the crazy thing about the opening was it was a good experience watching it on the huge screen and also watching it with so many different people. It's like you're watching it with a whole bunch of friends and family. You're sharing in the laughs, the oohs and ahs, and it was great seeing how people would just clap the first time they saw that, the first time seeing Tasha in season 5, she got a standing ovation. First time seeing Ghost, Tommy. But Silver, on the other hand, he got his ass booed out of the building when he came on screen. People hate Silver. So anyway, let's get into the episode. So Tasha and Angela are now working together because Tasha is trying to protect. She's trying to protect, little badass Tariq, because he shot Ray, but also Angela is kind of like an accessory. So she's really trying to play it off like she's trying to help Tasha and she's trying to help Rena and Tariq them get peace, but she could go down with them. So she's also doing it for herself. So now she has to erase Tariq and Tasha as possible connections to the murder. That involves erasing Tasha's gun from the system, because since they found the bullet in Ray Ray's apartment, I think, and Tasha's gun is now registered in the police system, it can easily be matched. So they have about, 24 to 48 hours to erase that. So Angela has to erase that now. So now her and Tasha are working together. So we're seeing them having more scenes together, and they gotta really coexist. Anyway, and there are 2 new women in the mix who are really cute, who are really suspicious of Angela also. So she's working against that. Now she has suspicion within her department. So Angela got to be real careful now, because all that, and she's been doing a lot of dirt, so people got their eye on her. And now we got Tommy, Ghost, and Kanan all working together to take down Dre. And there's one scene where Ghost is talking to Kanan. He's like, "Wait, Kanan, how do we know we could trust him?" And he was like, "You set me on fire, not the other way around, nigga." So that's just typical Kanan. So Kanan had a couple of funny funny lines, but they all got this one common enemy. So they all friends. They're working together now. So and now we also have a scene where where Ghost just completely spazzes on Tariq. And I know y'all really gonna like this scene, so everybody can't stand Tariq. They think he need a real ass whooping. So this scene, y'all really gonna like this scene. Ghost really spazzes on Tariq. Basically tells Tariq that it's his fault that his sister died. And he hams Tariq up. And Tasha really has to pull Ghost back because he's gonna do something crazy to Tariq. But it's interesting that it's kind of hot in here though. You know, it's a hot night. We got our heat wave coming in tomorrow. So let me get my towel wipe off. Anyway, so Ghost and Tasha really blame Tariq for Rena's death, but all of this would have been avoided if y'all weren't in the drug business to begin with. So for them to be so adamant about it being Tariq's fault, it's kind of crazy when that's the life y'all created. So that's a little crazy to me. And then Ghost also blames Tasha. He said, "You supposed to be watching them," which is crazy in itself too. So they're just, everything is really just out of control. Then we see a scene where Ghost and Kanan are having, you know, they're really getting reacquainted. They're laughing. You know, they're telling Tommy stories in the car. So now the trust is being built up between them. So Dre finds out that all three of them are working together and they're after him. So he wants to take them out first. So he basically sets them up and he starts shooting on all of them. He starts shooting on Tommy and Ghost. And then he actually shoots Ghost. I guess it ends up being a flesh wound, but he shoots Ghost. And Ghost and Tommy probably would have been dead if Kanan didn't show up a few seconds later in a car and just start busting. And Ghost and Kanan saved Tommy and Ghost. So now they're like, all right, we need this dude. You know, he's for real. He's serious with us. So that really builds a lot of trust with him. But now Tasha is still unconvinced that Kanan should be around him because she still blames Kanan for, you know, Raina's death and all that. So what else we got here? Proctor is now kind of officially part of their little family because he helps them out after Ghost gets shot. So he's like basically in there now. But he doesn't want to get too involved because what he knows is not protected by attorney-client privileges now. So he's trying to be careful, but he's already in the family now. So it is what it is. So, and we see Tasha and Ghost, they're still trying to struggle with Raina's death. Ghost tells Tasha that, you know, he's not going to feel better until Dre is dead. And Tasha tells Ghost that she's never going to feel better. So throughout this episode, you see that they're just switching between anger, rage, and just sadness all around. And now we see Tommy is now working with the Italians to take down Dre. He wants to use them because Dre is not going to expect, you know, white hitters to come after him, Tommy says. So they decide to use Kanan's hitters and Tommy's white Italian connects to take down Dre. And the setup is perfect. So they get to the funeral, and first of all, Tommy rolls up to the front to sit with the family, and Tate, played by Lorenz Tate, he's telling Ghost, you know, this is not gonna be a good look. There are a lot of cameras. There's press everywhere to have Tommy, a known gangster, sitting with you in the front row. That's not a good look. So they sent Tommy, a few rows behind to sit next to Keisha, who's giving Tommy that look. Keisha's still hung up on Tommy. You need to let that go, Keisha. Let that man go, for real. You playing yourself. So, anyway, Tommy taps Ghost on the shoulder and lets him know that everything is in place. They're about to move on Dre right now. Boom. So now it's time for Tariq to give his eulogy. He steps up to give his eulogy. He says a few words, and then he just starts crying and walks off. It's a real sad moment. So Keisha goes to chase after him. He goes in the bathroom. You're thinking he's about to just start bawling and crying. He's giving a eulogy to his twin sister's funeral. But this dude gets on the text and texts Dre to run because Tommy and Ghost put the hit out on him. So Tariq helps Dre escape. Dre would have been dead without Tariq. So I know this season, y'all still gonna be hating Tariq even more, which is, I love it, because it makes the show even more interesting. But y'all really gonna hate Tariq after this episode. He's still bad as hell. So Dre evades the Kanan's hitters, but he still didn't know about the Italians. But he's already on his toes. So they catch up with him and he shoots them. So Dre evades everything. So boom. So back to the funeral. Tate really turns the funeral into just a huge spectacle. Cameras everywhere, photographers, press everywhere. He doesn't really even care about Raina's death. He's just like, this is an opportunity and we're using it. So Tate doesn't give a damn. For real. And Tasha is like, she's not with it at all. She's like, this is my daughter's funeral. This is not some huge publicity stunt. And Tasha's mom is not having none of that either. So, anyway, Angela finally deletes Tasha's gun from the file. So for now, there's no way they can connect Tasha's gun or Tasha and Tariq to Ray Ray's murder. So I guess right now they're in the clear, but of course we know they're really not. What else we got here? So and then Tasha and Silver have a moment where Silver comforts her and they have a little kissy kiss. But of course you know that just garnered a whole bunch of boos. People calling Tasha a thought and all that. People despise Silver. They hate that dude. But anyway, Tasha's definitely not a thought, Her and Ghost have been going back and forth. Ghost did his dirt on her. She's been through a lot, so I can't hate on what she's doing. But, Silver, he's kind of a lame, but I don't hate the dude at all. And her mom catches her, and her mom is like, what are you doing? This is your daughter's funeral, and you wailing like this. So, anyway, and then the episode ends with Ghost is at Raina's burial site. Just talking to his daughter, paying his respect. And then Dre shows up in a hoodie, and he straight just bosses up on Ghost right then and there. He's like, if you don't want to bury another family member, you better stop coming for me. Straight bosses up on Ghost. And then he hands Ghost that death card. And Kanan gets a death card on his windshield. And Tommy finds a death card on his door. So Kanan, Tommy, and Ghost are now marked for death. And Dre has really established himself as a credible and realistic threat to them. Because at the end of last season, I was like, I don't know if I really believe Dre as a credible threat. Is it believable? But after this opening episode, Dre is looking like a legitimate threat to Ghost, Tommy, and Kanan. So it's going to be real interesting to see how this develops throughout this season. But this episode was excellent. Excellent. It had the laughs, the action, the drama, the sad moments for Raina's death. This was a real great episode. The cast did their thing. This premiere was crazy. The crowd was so into it from beginning to end. This was just an incredible experience. So I'll give this episode like at least a 9.5. But yeah, so anyway, let me know what you think about this episode when you eventually watch it. And please make sure to subscribe to Altenor Media. Like the video, share the video. My name is Emmanuel once again. Peace.